Greetings. What's going on, guys? Y'all know the vibes. Let's get into the live Q&A, y'all. Doing a morning session today. How's everybody feeling? How y'all doing, man? What's the word? You know, Memorial Day weekend here in America. All right, what y'all got planned for the weekend, man? I know what I'm doing. I'll tell y'all later if y'all want to know. Before we get into it, I'm like pouring my water, making my yellow juice. Guys, we're gonna go through some questions, answers, give y'all some game, help y'all lose some fat, build some muscle, right? But I gotta give out some gifts first, man. For coming to the live, man, you about to get a gift from me. My exclusive simple six-pack system, right? It's me laying out what it takes to lose that belly fat. You know what I'm saying? Keep it off and look sexy this summer, man. So you ain't got to be at the motherfucking pool, the beach with a t-shirt on looking stupid, right? You ain't got to do that if you get this six-pack system. The link's in the chat. It's also, I'm going to drop it in the comments too. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure everybody's got it. Yo, who we got in the building? Say what's up. What city you from, man? Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at in the world? What cities we got up in the building? Let me know. Let me know so I can shout y'all out. You know, or not. You ain't got to, man. If you're not proud of where you at. Javier, what up? Miss Yvette, what up? You know what I'm saying? Can't stop thinking of my ex with some other guy, a younger guy at that. It's messing with me. Help. Yo, you need to get you need to get out there, man. Meet some more women. What the fuck are you doing with yourself? Right? That's one person. It's billions. It's billions of these motherfuckers out here, man. Go meet some new women. Dallas, Texas. What up? Minnesota. Hey, is the T Wolves gonna do it? Yes, are they gonna do it? What up? Puerto Rico. What up? Karachi, Pakistan. What's popping? Houston, Texas. What's good? Is it mobile or mobile? Every time I read mobile Alabama, I think it's like mobile, like mobile phone, right? But I think it's pronounced mobile. How do you say that shit? Uh, yo, Corey, is a lean bulk worth it? Like 290 calorie surplus? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing it for? Right? Are you lean bulking to put on more mass, limit body fat? You want to build some more strength. You want to see more muscle definition. If those are the cases, then yeah, but gradually increase the calories over time and look at how your body actually responds to those increases. I would track my body fat percentage too if I were you, just to be sure. McFarland Remy says, I was losing weight, but I've run into a block and actually regained about 8 pounds. Damn. Why you do that shit, man? You about to be big as hell again, bro. Don't do that. Yeah, turn that shit around. In fact, I got the six-pack guide for you in the chat for free, man. Go get that, man. It might help you turn this shit around. Corey, does green tea burn fat? No, tea doesn't burn fat. Green tea specifically will help you, with it's a litany of health benefits. It's got the catecholamines, the antioxidants in it. It's caffeinated too, so to curb your appetite. But that's really the indirect benefit of fat loss, because if your appetite is curbed, you're less likely to overeat and indulge and be out here getting big as hell. So, you know what I'm saying? You drink some green tea, you're more likely to be able to create the calorie deficit, which is the thing that's actually going to burn that fat. Zupa Zoe is in Haiti. What up? Pennsylvania in the building. What up, Manny? You know what I'm saying? 6'5", 180 metabolism, fast metabolism, tips for gaining muscle, create a calorie surplus and get stronger. Denise Davis, Corey, I broke my foot and part of my leg Friday. Denise, why you do that? Get well soon, Denise. Get well soon. Maurice, I got a question for you. Why do people do that? If you got a question, just type the question. You on the Q&A, man. Type the motherfucking question. I got you. Burton Ernie, what up? What's good? Starting the fasting journey with the black coffee and water. Hey, that's what's up, man. See, I be telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? I ain't full of shit, man. I'm actually out here giving y'all game. Uh Wanda says, what up? What's popping, Wanda? Uh what are your thoughts on Tang drink? I don't think about shit like that. I think that shit's trash. Tang? What nutritional value does Tang have? Other than you just putting some motherfucking sweet in your mouth and feeling good about, oh man, got some sugar. Right? It's not, it ain't helping you build no muscle, burn no fat, none of that, man. It's trash. Uh to Sean says to burn more calories when you are, oh, do you burn more calories when you are sexually excited? Well, think about it, right? Like if you out here, you say you horny, I think that's what the kids is calling it, right? You want some. What happens? Your heart rate goes up. Blood starts flowing to your pelvis, right? And that increase in your heart rate means you what? You burning more calories at the time period. Don't fuck around and actually go do something, right? Make something happen. You get the pumping and sweating. Now you burning all kinds of calories, bro. So I would say yes. In your opinion, which is better, kale or spinach? Spinach tastes better, right? So I'm gonna go with spinach. I'm gonna go with spinach. Ain't gonna stop me. This duo is gonna watch your videos and post reels. Huge fan. Hey, appreciate that, Denise. Get well soon, girl. Uh, from Aguadilla PR. I don't know what that is, but it sounds dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm new at counting macros. I was wondering what happens when the carbs and fats and proteins are all the same. Uh, if the carbs, fats, and proteins are all the same, like in a particular food item, or like you set your carbs, fats, and proteins for the day for your goal to be the same. I'm not sure I understand what you're asking. But if you eat an item where the carbs, fats, proteins is the same, that item is what we would call trash. It's relatively neutral. You know what I mean? It's not a carb source. It's not a fat source. It's not a protein source. It's just some trash. You know what I'm saying? Usually, sometimes you can get away with, if you good at tracking, right, and you've been doing it for a while. Um, you can make your whole day even out, right? So let's say I get like a kind bar. It's probably like all the same shit, carbs, fats, protein, around the same. I can have that, but if my other meals are more balanced towards me getting a little bit more protein, controlling the carbs and the fats, because those will shoot up the highest in the foods that you pick, then at the end of the day, my day is balanced. So I'm not. It's not a trash day. It's just that one item made it a little bit more difficult to balance. But you can make it work, man. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta make it. You gotta be smart about your decision making. You gotta be strategic, baby. You know. What's your favorite social media platform? Which one generates the most of your views? I get a lot of love on Facebook. Like I've been getting love on Facebook since the origin of this shit, man. I have the most following on Facebook, so by default, it generates the most. I think by default, it generates the most viewership, right? Because if I have, let's see, my original Facebook has 414,000 followers. The other Facebook, the business one, has like 290. So that's well over. It's almost 700,000 people just in that sector. So by default, Facebook wins. Uh, is it my favorite? I mean, I really don't care, man. Yo, if I didn't run a business, if I wasn't a coach, y'all, I would not have social media. Right? I don't give a fuck about what everybody else is doing, man. But I do care about giving y'all a game and helping y'all get to y'all goals because I'm good at that, right? So that's why I got social media, right? Hopefully that's helpful. Uh are you in Cali? No. No, I'm not in Cali. Use your tip about tracking macros rather than calories through the diet app more than focusing on calories. Any recommendations about tracking? Yeah, just grab my free guide. The simple six pack system. It's in the chat. It'll tell you sort of how to create your own macros, right? And if you already using the app, in the guide, I tell you how to set your calories and macros for your goal for that app. So if it's, I use MyFitnessPal in the book as an example, but you can do the same shit on any of the apps. And just my recommendation is just focus on that. Just focus on hitting your macros every day. If you do it for a long enough period of time consistently, you'll see if it's working, right? You'll either see the fat loss or muscle growth that you want to see. And then you can decide after like a week of doing it if you need to go up, if you need to go down, if you're on the right track. Hopefully that's helpful. What do you think about competitive eaters? I didn't even know that this was like a real thing. I thought it was just shit that people did at like state fairs. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like carnivals, like they just do it for fun. But like, no, people competitively eat, like they like broadcast it on the internet and on TV. And I don't know. It looks exhausting. It looks painful. It looks stupid to me. you you about to see how many motherfucking hot dogs you can stuff in your mouth. Pause. One. And two, is that a real skill, man? Like, I guess it is, right? Because they, I think they get paid for it. I don't know how this works. Greetings. My mother's in the chat. Greetings. Who else we got in the chat, man? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Who else we got in here? Don't tell me y'all still sleep because it's early. It ain't early, baby. You just wake up late. Right? What's popping? Oh, I might need to scroll up. Corey Armstrong Fitness, brother, is 3 days. Is 3 leg days, 3 pull days, 3 push days, and a rest day. I still do cardio every day, even the rest days, sprinting rest days. Should I? Bro, I don't know what you're saying. How do you do 3? It's only 7 days in the week. How do you do 9 days of training? How does that work? Which woman comes first, mom or girl? Come on, man. I can get another girlfriend. I ain't gonna get no other mama. Come on, man. You know the vibes. Atlanta's in the building. What up? Pennsylvania's in the building. What up? Detroit in the building. On vacation in Florida. Hey, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Detroit's my hometown. Right? I too am in Florida, but because I live here. Yeah, I took my talents to South Beach. You know the vibes. Detroit. Oh, Detroit's heavy in here today, man. Shout out to Detroit, man. How much fat should I consume per day without affecting my hormones and mood? Bro, I think you should just like figure out what your macros should be, right? As it pertains to your goal. Like I said, I gave y'all the free 6-pack system. If you grab that guide, it shows you what you should do to find yours. But you got to figure out what your calories is first, and then associate a particular ratio of healthy fats to go with those calories. So, for example, if you let's say you figure out your calorie goal for yourself is like 1,800 calories, right? And I tell my clients to put in a ratio of macros into like a calorie counter so it can spit it out, and they got to sit there and do all the boring fucking math. So we do like for fat loss, we do like a 40-30-30. So 40% protein to keep you satisfied, full, recover well from the workouts, and then 30% carbs and fats evenly. So once you put that into your calorie counter, it'll tell you how many grams of fat that is. Hopefully that's helpful. I just do it. Okay. Cardio as a quick warm up at the gym, a good idea. I mean, it could be. I think there's far superior things that you can do to prepare yourself for strength training than cardio. I think a better way to do it is you could just go in there and do like some mobility. You know, add a prime your muscles and get your joints ready for the movements. I think that's better. Do you take any supplements? Yes, I do. I take a few supplements actually. Um, if y'all want to know what supplements I take, type one in the comments. I get to it. On rest days, should you do cardio or just chill? On rest days, I think you should still be active. Like maybe go for a walk. Maybe you're not doing like aggressive cardio or nothing like that. Maybe you just go for a walk. I mean, what do you really want from this? Do you want this to be something you do sometimes, or you want this to be a motherfucking lifestyle? Like being active, right? Being able to, be mobile, be strong, be athletic, look sexy, right? You solidify those habits by continuing to practice them no matter what day of the week it is. So yeah, you might need to give your muscles the rest, but you can still go for a walk. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell my clients do. Just go for a walk on that day. Some of my clients, they live in good states that they can go like hiking, do some swimming, do some dope shit. You can do that. Sean, now that I'm bulking, I look lean as I did when I was cutting. But how is this possible when I'm eating way more calories and 10 pounds heavier? Simple, Sean. Your muscles have expanded, meaning the distance between the fat and the muscle is small, right? It's small. You got fat, but you probably maintaining the amount of fat that you have. If not, maybe you got lucky and lost some fat on this bulk, which is fucking fantastic. But basically, what happens is the bigger your muscles are, the more lean you're going to look, right? So if you have more muscle mass and your fat's the same, now you look leaner, right? If you have more muscle mass and less fat, again, you look leaner. So you just out here winning, bro. Just give yourself a hand clap of praise. Let's give it up for Sean for looking leaner, right? And listen, I'm not taking any credit for this. Sean did the work, but Sean does come to my lives every day. I don't know if there's a correlation, right? But you know what I'm saying? You come to the lives, and sometimes you pick up some gain and you just fuck around and get leaner, right? If you want to get leaner, you know what I'm saying? Apply some of the stuff that I'm sharing, but you can grab that six-pack guide too, man. Maybe that could help you out even more. What does protein shakes do? A protein shake is a shake that has protein in it, guys. And so what it does is it's a beverage you can drink that gives you protein without you having to eat it. All right. So if you drink protein, what would that do? Oh, glad you asked, Hyundai Genesis. Yo, it just repairs the muscles, right? Repairs and retains muscle that you have. So if your goal is to look lean, look ripped, lose some fat, it will help with all those things, right? If that made sense, type 2 in the comments, guys. Thoughts on Denali Gordon exposing you? Hey, good for him. I don't even know who the fuck that is, but he's thinking about me. Hey, I must be winning in life if a motherfucker is, going out of their way to make content about me and I don't even know they exist. Shout out to Denali. make some more, right? Can beginners use supplements? You could, but like I think the biggest thing you want to understand when it comes to supplementation is it is a replacement for a lack of something in your diet or getting you extra things that you can get in your diet. Pretty much every supplement, you can get the things that are provided dietarily, but you may need additional, right? You may benefit from additional. For example, I don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. I know that. So I take a multivitamin every day, right? I also don't eat enough foods that have vitamin D in it. I know that for a fact. So I take a vitamin D supplement every day, right? I don't get enough sunlight all the time. So vitamin D supplement. If that made sense, type 2 in the comments. Like to be a Corey neighbor. Yeah, I mean, my neighbors tend to be cool people. If you want to come pull up to Florida, feel free. Uh Just Jones, shout out to the best online coach. Hey man, I appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Austin Pope, best thing to do after a cheat meal. Just get back on track, man. Stop thinking about that shit, man. Just get right back on track. Should natural lifters listen to non-natural lifters? If they want, right? Like, I don't think because somebody's an enhanced athlete, like they take hormones to get to their goals. I don't think that invalidates their opinions or their knowledge. In some cases, they are probably more knowledgeable than people who are quote unquote natural in some aspect, because in some of those cases, those guys train naturally till they hit like a natural sort of what they felt was their peak, and then they said, "All right, well, I want to take my physique to another level, so I'm gonna get some hormones, right? I'm gonna take some motherfucking steroids, right?" So, sometimes those guys have 10, 20 years plus worth of experience and knowledge, and then they decided to sort of take it to another level by taking, these hormones. Does that negate their 10 to 20 years of experience? No, right? So I think it really just depends on the amount of experience that person has in relation to themselves, but also other people. Because sometimes people know what works best for them only, and they've never really coached another human. So they don't know that these things actually apply to others, or they haven't done the study on it, right? I've coached hundreds of people. That's why I give advice to you guys about not just what works well for me, but what I know will work well from you based off almost a fucking decade of doing this shit, right? So hopefully that helpful. Corey, them donuts keeping people big as hell. That's a fact. That's a fact. You guys know they got a protein donut. I just found this out like I want to say like 2 months ago. And that shit is actually not bad. It's actually decent. Uh I like up to my guy. Proud of you, bro. Keep going. Reach out soon. Oh, just hey man. Appreciate that, Jay. keep winning too, man. Uh Corey, do you take creatine or whey or anything? Yeah, take both. You know what I'm saying? Both of them are beneficial. I'm 19. Can I use a test booster? Bro, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. You a grown ass man. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, if you're asking my advice, right? Would I take it? Would I advise you to take it? No, because it's not really going to give you anything that you couldn't get without it, right? Like a test booster is not the same as like getting some fucking steroids. That's another level. Test booster though, I think that's going to just give you a temporary increase in just your testosterone levels that you could really just mimic that by just taking the right approach to your nutrition, your training, and obviously your recovery by getting proper sleep. Any advice on training abs? Yeah, man, I'm giving y'all a free guide talking all about it in the chat, man. It's called the Simple Six Pack System. Just go get that, bro. That's going to tell you everything you need to do. I keep dropping it in the chat because, yeah, it has all the advice for abs that you could possibly need. How long to get from 17 to 12%? Do you think fast or slow, steady pace? I think it just depends on how hard you're willing to go towards that goal, bro. Like, it doesn't have to be slow, it doesn't have to be something that takes a very long time, but it will take a very long time if your approach to it is either inconsistent or very slow and methodical, right? But you can aggressively attack a fat loss goal if you want, right? You just have to ask yourself, what are the things you can consistently practice, to get there, because I I mean, I've had clients who lose 5% fat, you know, 5% body fat from where you're at, but it takes a few months because they have fucking lives. They got a job, they got kids, they got, they got a family, they got things that they got to do. So they can't spend hours, doing walks and, sacrificing calories and all of that. It's like you have to ask yourself from a lifestyle perspective, the things that it's going to take to get there. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? Because if you're willing to do whatever it takes, bro, you can get there this summer. 5% fat, you can get there this motherfucking summer. right? But at what cost, right? Are you willing to skip the barbecues? Are you willing to skip the cookouts? Are you willing to skip the events? You know what I mean? Are you traveling or not, right? What kind of time can you devote to this goal really on a daily basis? Is it half an hour? Is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? All that plays a factor, right? Y'all saw me walking at the beginning of this shit, right? I got a little standing desk treadmill, right? Imagine if you worked an 8 hour shift and all you did was walk the whole time because you got a treadmill at your desk, right? How much faster could you get to your goal if that was the case? Very fast, right? Whereas most people just don't, they don't put that type of time or energy into something, so it takes them what longer. All right. Now I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm not judging y'all. I'm just saying you can get to the goal as fast as you want. It just depends on what kind of work you are willing to put in. Do you take anything for energy? Yeah. Caffeine, baby. I drink a can of black coffee every single morning. Every morning without fail. I'm drinking pre-workout right now. Once this yellow juice is gone, I'm gone. I'm going to go do my workout. Caffeine, baby. Is porn addiction bad for gains? Uh, Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by addiction. That's not a clear, like that's not subjective. It's objective, right? So I'm my bad. It's not objective. It's subjective. So your version of an addiction could be different than the next guy. So I don't know what that means. I don't know how it's affecting your sleep. I don't know how much time you spending stroking it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know. To be clear, but those two things are not mutually connected, right? You can do those things and still make gains, but how much, right? You don't need to share it with me, man. Maybe you need to go talk to Sterling Cooper or something. What's your thoughts on one set to fail versus high volume? I think they both have their benefits. Um, Failure, though, I think most people shouldn't be training to failure just because it's a very advanced technique. You know what I mean? Like, most people don't recover well enough to see the benefits from just training to failure anyway. So I just wouldn't recommend it for most of y'all. Quincy Bailey, homeboy. I remember you from St. Clair, LA Fitness. Yeah, I used to work there, man. I used to work there back in the day, man. Yeah, it's me. On vacation near Disney, eating these food trucks got me big as hell. Damn. But you walked to the food truck, bro. You could have walked, you could have turned your big ass around, man. You could have been like, nah, I ain't doing that. I gotta go. But guess what? You walked to that motherfucker anyway. So whose fault is that? Whose decision was it to eat at them food trucks? Nobody put a motherfucking gun in your head and tell you, yo, if you don't eat this food truck food, I'm gonna blow your brains out. Right? That doesn't happen. If it did happen, I'm concerned, right? But probably didn't happen, right? So whose fucking idea was that? Yo, it ain't the food truck. Whose decision is it? You know, is it better to do 3 to 4 days of full body workout or 5 to 6 days of splitting up upper lower, but do a body composition? I think they're both beneficial. I have my clients cycle through both actually. Like in my program, we go through a phase of full body, a phase of upper lower, and a phase of push pull leg. Those are like my favorite three personally. But I mean, anything works as long as you're making progress with your lifts and you fucking getting the right amount of nutrients in. Is fermented L-glutamine for muscle? Yo, I've never taken glutamine. I'm just gonna put that out there because I don't think there's anything in it that I couldn't get from like real food or like protein and creatine. So I personally, I don't be fucking with glutamine. But that's not this. I'm not invalidating its benefits. I'm just saying I ain't never fuck with it because I've never seen anything that I was like, oh shit, glutamine got this. I can't get that nowhere else. I ain't never felt like that. It's like those people. You guys, I don't know if y'all are old enough to know this, but there was a point in time where like some new Jordans would come out, and like people would line up outside a Foot Locker or whatever shoe store to wait to get the motherfucking Jordans. Y'all remember this, right? Some of y'all might know. You know, I never understood that because I was like, yo, they just shoes. You put them on your foot, they're gonna be closest to the ground. They're gonna get dirty at some point, right? Why are y'all standing in line to get something you can get anytime and not be in line? I never got it, right? That's how I feel when people be talking about these fucking supplements that like you can just get from real food. Like, why are y'all going out of y'all way to get this? It makes no sense to me. Now, again, I'm not shitting on anybody who takes glutamine or stands in lines for some Jordans. I just wouldn't do that shit. You know, I don't stand in line for nothing except maybe going to the motherfucking getting on a flight. That's it. Does being black mean you're more jacked? No. I know some black people that is skinny as hell. Being black don't make you more jacked. If anything, being black makes you see your muscle definition better because you have a darker skin tone. What do bodybuilders do before they show? They what? They tan. They tan because you can see the cuts and the definition more if you have a darker skin tone. Laura says, "Hey, greetings, Laura. Welcome." Right? You look exactly like my friend from uni, but jacked. Uh, hey, shout out, shout out to your friend. He's probably a handsome guy. you know, do you feel the same when it comes to BCAAs? Yeah, BCA. Yo, what's a BCAA? BCAA stands for branch chain amino acids. Uh, I think the three, if I'm not mistaken, is it's like leucine. It's like leucine, isoleucine, and I forgot the other one. I think it's like thaline or something like that, right? Well, you can get that shit. Guess what? From food. If you just eat protein, it has amino acids because protein is built up of amino acids. So if you get enough protein in your diet, you're getting all those amino acids. You can get that same shit from like some chicken and actually be satisfied and full. What the fuck you need BCAAs for if you get enough protein? You don't. It's a waste of time. Yeah, man. That's how I feel about it, man. Some of these dorks is gonna fight me talking about the benefits of BCAAs, but all those dorks either are selling BCAAs or they're sponsored by a company that sells BCAAs. I'm not fucking sponsored because these companies can't afford me. Right? So I don't need to lie, man. I don't need to lie to y'all. Bonilla, what up, brother? Nelson Bonilla in the building, out here getting these wins, man. Can't wait to see your next success, brother. Keep grinding, keep getting it in. How to stay motivated when you don't like the results. I lost 40 pounds and have lots of fat to lose. I feel like my body looks like I'm melting and I want to give up. Well, Serena, you have a emotional attachment to the outcome, and that's why you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Motivation is some bullshit, man. It's all good, right? Sometimes you're gonna be motivated, sometimes you're not. It's just like anything else. If you got a job, which I'm assuming you do, right? Because in America, you need to work to live. You need to have some income. So if you got a job, I'm sure you're not motivated to go to work every single day, right? Even if you like the job, you're not motivated every day, right? But you still do it. Why? Because it doesn't matter whether you're motivated or not. It matters that you get it done, right? And the only thing that gets you to get it done is the discipline. right? You're disciplined enough to be consistent, to go to work, put in your hours, right? Put in your time and get paid for it. And it's the same with your fitness, right? You're not gonna be motherfucking motivated all the time. It's great when you are, but it wears off. Just like a brand new relationship, right? You got somebody you just started dating. It's all fluffy and happy, right? They call that what? The what they call that shit? The puppy love phase. You know what I mean? And then it wears off, and then it's like, oh, I actually have to build a legit relationship with this person, right? So it's like you have to do the work to be disciplined to, create the habits in that relationship that makes that bond more than just, you guys liking each other for a season and not making it work when you're not motivated. It's the same with your motherfucking fitness goals, man. The results you want don't give a fuck about how you feel. So why should you care how you feel? You should only care about practicing the right habits consistently enough to see the outcomes that you desire, right? And the very fact that you're doing it, even though you're not motivated, if you start to look at that as the win, I guarantee you'll be unrecognizable in the next 90 days. Make that your mantra. Like, if I can get my workout done today, I hit my calories and macros today, right? I got my 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I got my gallon of water in, right? If you did those things today, I mean, you check those boxes, that's a motherfucking win. If you think it's a win, right? If you think the scale is the win, then you always going to be disappointed and frustrated, and you're going to eventually quit, and you're going to be big as hell again. Trust me, it happens to 99% of people that do dieting. The only thing that's going to separate you from that is you got to detach yourself emotionally from the outcome and attach yourself exclusively to the inputs. You can do these inputs every day. That's the dope shit. If doing the inputs, right, those habits I shared with you is the victory, you can do those forever. You realize that? You can drink a gallon of water forever. You can track your foods forever if you want, right? You can work out forever, but you cannot lose weight forever. If you did, you die, right? So why the fuck are you focused on it? You can't even do it forever. Just focus on what you got to do every day, and make that your victory, man. And hey, everything else is just gonna fall in place. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that was helpful, drop a fire emoji in the comments. I'm doing a treadmill at night, but I don't see much weight loss results. Any suggestions? Yeah, McFarland, you talking about treadmill, bro? That don't burn fat. The only thing that burn fat is you got to create what's called a calorie deficit. So if you're not losing weight, guess what? That means you're not doing that. You're not burning more calories than you consume. You probably out here fucking clueless as to how many calories you consume. Right. So I would start there. Track your motherfucking calories, right? Track what you consume, and so you can see a scoreboard. I always use the analogy of, like, imagine you was going shopping, right? You was going to the mall, right? You was pulling up to Neiman's Marcus. You about to buy a nice fit. You know what I'm saying? You about to stun on them this weekend, right? Do you know how much money is in your bank account before you make that trip? Absolutely. You know exactly what you can spend and what you can't, right? So if that's the case with your money, why is that not the case with your food? Why are you allowing yourself to go through your day just consuming random amounts of food, and you not aware of what's going in and what's going out? You track your money, track your food, right? If you give a fuck. If you do not give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Hey, just keep walking on the treadmill and complaining about how you ain't losing weight. Now, maybe you do give a fuck and you don't know what you're doing, McFarland and anybody else. Yo, just get the free guide I'm giving out. Just get I'll drop it again in the chat. Get the simple 6-pack system. I teach you how to track, teach you how to train. You know what I'm saying? I teach you the goods, man. Get that. And, maybe it'll help. Maybe not. But it's better than focusing on things that you can't control unless you control what you eat anyway. Gatorade water has 90 milligrams of sodium. Is that too much? 90 milligrams of sodium is nothing. You know what the daily amount of the daily value for sodium is? is 2,400 milligrams. 90 milligrams is not, it's like insignificant. You know, it's not a lot at all. I'm drinking some LMNT right now that has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's like almost it's almost half my daily value, but I need more than y'all because I'm more athletic. I got more muscle. But 90 milligrams is nothing. Is it okay to sweat if you work out? I think if you didn't sweat, it probably wasn't that good of a workout. Is it necessary to do intermittent fasting with a calorie deficit, or is a calorie deficit good on its own? Calorie deficit burns fat. That's the only way your body's going to tap into fat. Intermittent fasting can help you reach the deficit. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, okay, so you got a destination you want to reach, right? Let's say I'm here at my place and I want to visit my mom in Detroit, right? So I could walk there, right? And that would take forever. Or I can hop on a motherfucking plane and get there in 3 hours, right? So getting on that plane is the equivalent of fasting, right? Like fasting just helps you get to the calorie deficit faster. That's it. Because you're not consuming anything and you're moving and you have a metabolism, right? So the deficit is going to be created that much faster. But if I wanted to just, I don't know, just do cardio and not track my calories like some of y'all motherfuckers be doing, that's the equivalent of me walking from Florida to Detroit. I might get to the goal, but it's going to take forever. Or I might give up halfway along the way because it's taking so fucking long. So yeah, man, like that's my take on it. Keep the questions coming, y'all. When the yellow juice is gone, I'm gone. Jovan, thank you for the great information. No problem. David Brooks, morning coach. Your videos are fire. That's a fact. They are fire. Thank you. How do I get out of a calorie deficit without gaining weight? Or is it pick one or the other? It's pick one or the other, man. Because you got to think, if you come out of a deficit and go back into maintenance, right, you're going to gain a few pounds of water and or glucose, which might not be bad because weight is not just fat. I think people think that if you lose or gain weight, it's only fat. No, you can gain weight and it could be a good thing if it's muscle, right? Or if more nutrients are in your muscles for, you know, daily activity. So if you gain 5 pounds after you increase your calories, once you hit your weight loss goal, that's actually good for you because it'll maintain your weight in a healthy range. What I have my clients do is I actually tell them, whatever your weight goal is, let's come under that and then increase the calories to feed you back up to the weight you want. So let's say I got a guy, you know, I've had plenty of guys do this. They'll come to me like around 200 pounds and maybe we get 30 pounds off them, right? And, you know, I've had a conversation with a guy recently. Hey, I want to live my life around 170, right? I think 170 is a comfortable weight. All right. So this is what we do. We get you to 165 and then we increase the calories and slowly get you back to 170. So it's a muscle 170. It's a strong, lean 170, right? If that made sense, you know, type 1 in the comments, man. Type 1. Y'all know the vibes. For sure. All right, y'all. Well, this is a short one today. I might do another live later because I gotta go. I gotta go work out. But hey, appreciate y'all for pulling up again. If you just came here today, I gave y'all a free gift. The simple 6-pack system is in the chat. Go ahead, check that out. That'll teach you everything that you need in order to lose fat. You know what I'm saying? Maintain that and consistently see success. Till next time, y'all. Enjoy y'all day. Peace.